Okay, and so now this is the documentation of what is the state that is group stalking with the people who you see entering into my office, the specific environment, the ongoing maintenance of criminal presence. That's just a demon that's flying a helicopter group stalking in concert with the people who are coming into my office, who are in the parking lot, who are coming onto the grounds monitoring in the engineered light. And that's what's not separate from the demons that are flying a helicopter. That's LAPD. When you're looking at the engineered light, that's not only in my apartment, but also on the ground when they're driving vehicles. This is speaking to what is mandatory federal prison. Everybody engaged in criminal surveillance is going to federal prison at Alvarado Gardens. All right, and that's the LAPD providing ongoing corroboration to that end. LAPD is going to be disbanded, and they're going to federal prison. They won't have access to any weapons, any helicopter, or any job in law enforcement. It is, let me show you, you're looking at that light source, so let's go outside and get it because this is video documentation, and I'll go ahead and upload something to the Compare the P.O.C. folder because this is securing what is a prosecution by the people engaging in criminal surveillance with that entity that's stalking directly now. They're engaging in stalking vicariously, as you saw Abundis, as you saw Monica Chung, as you saw Vanessa Drees, as you saw Dupree, as you saw the minion with the blue SUV with directed light, as you saw Roger Chu, they're all group stalking, and they're group stalking with this entity that's stalking in a helicopter. Remember the light that's above my bedroom in the dark while my panties are down. This is a sex offender. That's a stalker that's providing ongoing evidence against the people, literally admitting, yes, the people are monitoring on my behalf. This is the direct evidence of that. Prosecute them. They're all going to federal prison based on the criminal conduct that I'm engaging in. That's what they're stating while they engage in ongoing stalking. And this is occurring in the workplace. This is an ongoing admission against Todd Speaker. He's going to be civilly and criminally prosecuted as well for terrorism that I'm subject to in the workplace, for sexual violence by an entity that's placing me under surveillance. And for this is both his business, Speaker Companies, which is a third party, and also the property that is Alvarado Gardens, where the sun, okay, is present. From what we had 8:19 in the morning, and it is currently, it's been 2 hours and it's right here. So you're going to pay attention to environment. That specific environment is where the stalking is occurring, and it's the specific identity, the precise ability to identify stalking. In addition to the fact that they're stalking flying over and in relevant position at nightfall 24/7. This is 2 hours. This is negligible. Look at the video at 8:19 in the morning. This is not the sun. And also the entity is from that until at 5 p.m. it's setting here. So that is the admission provided by the state. These are demons. They're going to be subject to mental examinations. Their demon possession is the same condition that the people of the state are in. They're in a demonic environment. This is the secret society. The secret society is acting in concert with the government that uses corrupt law enforcement agencies that are filled with demons that are stalking American citizens, terrorizing American citizens, and it's a malicious system. And it is prefaced by the maintenance of a specific environment. And at 10:23 a.m., my video documentation is placing me at the Ontario Ovid Family Community Library, and the very precise maintenance of a light source over the elevator inside of that library where there would be no sun. I believe I captured video at 10:19 a.m., 10:18 a.m., and the reason why I'm going to use that particular piece of evidence because that's a vivid illustration where you're seeing the invisible, you're seeing the demon possession of those who are flying that helicopter stalking me, thinking that they could fly a helicopter and you'd never be able to identify who is it or what they're demons. They're in a specific environment. There's no sun over the elevator of the Ovid Family Community Library at 215 East C Street at the same exact time. Right now it's currently 10:24 a.m. I'm standing inside of that building of the Ovid Family Community Library, where, by the way, the entity is both rising in that parking lot of the Ovid Family Community Library in Ontario, California at 7 in the morning. The entity is rising a sun, and you're looking at evidence while the entity is rising a sun here, and also setting while I'm at that same venue. That's the P.O.C. And that's what Ontario police, their demons that are with that police department stalking with the people that was maintaining criminal presence in a specific environment. This is the practice of demonic activity by government. The government's demonic activity with the people, targeting people, it's criminal. All right. And so this is surrounding that government that's engaging in demonic activity, which is serving a criminal system in violation of the Constitution. The government can't just engage in demonic conduct. The government is bound by a Constitution that's limiting their ability to use their positions in the government. That is fly a helicopter to stalk somebody. That's literally what they're engaging in. And it is evidence against everybody who you saw coming into my office this morning. Group stalking. This is criminal monitoring in the workplace. Everybody here is going to federal prison. Everybody. every single last person. And while they're engaging in terrorism, minor children are here while terrorism is underway. Okay. And not only are you witnessing that ongoing criminal system, these demons are showing an ongoing passionate desire to continue to do so. Psychopaths in every regard. This is P.O.C. These are demons that are pacing in the parking lot over here. They're not going anywhere. They're moving under the light source, which is not hovering over the 215 East C Street elevator in Ontario, California. They're all going to federal prison. But that's specifically third-party group stalker of 1802 number 3. Okay, it is movement in the lights under the light source and engineered light, which is not over the Family Community Library. Okay, at the same time, I'll upload that video. That's an admission. This is the ongoing impermissible threat while the entity monitors in close proximity, some sort of activity creation right here next to me while the entity is stalking directly in relevant position, amplifying helicopter activity. And by the way, amplifying more helicopter activity as I started capturing that video. It was at a low murmur, and then as I go into giving analysis, the entity heightens the volume of that. That is a psychopath that is literally in federal court stating, yes, this is my co-conspirator, and they're monitoring with and on my behalf, put them in federal prison. That's the legal significance of the engineered light. The engineered light that you saw in my bedroom in the dark above they know when my panties are down. They're stalking under the light source. Okay. That's called demonic pacing in the specific environment at the same time that the LAPD is stalking in a helicopter, and while you're looking at a body of evidence of very weird light activity, and what the maintenance of a light source that is here from the beginning of the day until the end of the day. Yeah, that's the P.O.C. This is a demonic entity which is working through a public entity that's engaging in a criminal monitoring system. Criminal surveillance directly, criminal surveillance, Alvarado Gardens vicariously. Everybody's going to federal prison. And that's going to be the treatment of the people of the state who engage in the criminal system of federal group stalking and monitoring on behalf of the government. All right. And so you're talking about all of the policies that are going to intertwine. You're talking about deportation out of this country, loss of custody of the minor children here to engage in that ongoing criminal offense by the government. You're talking about what is federal prison and enhanced, because this is an ongoing documentation of what is the impermissible threat. You're also talking about what is the loss of all of the benefits. You have criminals that are living on grounds. This is a federal policy, housing policy here. Many are on Section 8, and I want you to see what Section 8 is supporting. And they're not going to do that anymore. And that includes Todd Speaker, the inability for him to have his property to participate in such federal programs where he is documented criminally facilitating federal group stalking and monitoring. So at both ends, okay? These third parties already documented, and all of the minor children here, as CPS is witnessing the pattern of conduct underway. And CPS is recognizing, the federal government is recognizing the means whereby you are prosecuting the people and breaking apart that system, and all of the things that they utilize engaging in that system, that criminal act, and they engage in the criminal act, they engage in the sex offense, they engage in terrorism with children, just like you saw. All right, and they do so with impunity. When I'm showing you later in the day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and this light source is still over me, and they in bold sun, they already know they're losing their kids. So they have, and you've seen the video in the afternoon, and they're doing the same thing, and the light source is over the same apartment building, 1810. Okay, that's the Abundance family who are losing their children while they're monitoring with them while LAPD is crossing path. Okay, another group stalker sending out a child to empty the dumpster. These are the demon possessed who have no problem losing custody of their children in the specific environment, group stalking on behalf and in concert with law enforcement. And those minor children are going to be removed from the possession of these third-party group stalkers. They are the people of the state, and they engage in the criminal act via that they go to federal prison for engaging in the P.O.C., for living at the crime scene, and for engaging in the criminal elements via children. Okay, it is again 10:29 a.m. and there is no sun over the Family Community Library. I'll upload that video documentation, and that's just one example, because the entity is group stalking at a plethora of. I have a body of evidence, but I want you to see the sun through the window above an elevator inside of a specific address in Ontario, California, over my head, engineered light all over the floor, and this is capturing and revealing to you what is a fully exposed system and all the ways they engage in that system. And then as I even dice down the ways they engage in it, they like to engage in the sex offense and terrorism and stalking through children, and you see them use children in real time. Okay, those are the psychopaths you're going to separate from the people of the state who are under the age of majority. The people of the state under the age of majority, they are group stalkers. Those that are of the age of understanding, which again a federal court is able to determine, just like you would any other criminal act, they're going to be like Susana Martinez's children. They're going to be prosecuted. Or her daughter, that's a group stalker. She acts with malice. She likes to engage in the P.O.C. She's going to be prosecuted as a group stalker, a sex offender. And that is inherent to the P.O.C. Demon possession, third-party group stalker status is not limited to the age of majority. But the people of the state that engage in it, facilitated amongst those, they're going to federal prison for that as well. So you have multiple federal charges and a prolonged term in federal prison. Units 1800 through 1818, an ongoing admission while they're engaging in the P.O.C. in plain sight in the same video that the entity is stalking by a helicopter. I mean, under the light source, which is irrefutably in an entirely different location. Clearly not the sun. It is here over the same venue where hours later, other documentation that already exists, the same family, group stalking with kids in tow, and that light source is still over here. That's an ongoing admission. That's P.O.C. And that is also showing the fact that not only are they posing an impermissible threat, they do not care about the safety of their children, about engaging, about refraining from including them. This is the mindset of psychopaths who are, this is the secret society. That's everything that you're seeing. Remember the light activity inside of my apartment. Leaves through closed blinds, magnified on the bedroom wall when the sun is present 10 hours in the day. And then they're group stalking in plain sight. They know that they're being documented. They don't care, and that's fine. They have no business in the possession of children anyway. They're engaging in terrorism with those demons stalking in a helicopter. They're all consumed about what's going on with my panties when they're down. No, you will not maintain custody of any minor children at all. All right, it is currently 10:32 a.m. This is Abundus, and with their minor children engaging in what is criminal summoning. The entity is surrounded with amplified sound of sirens. Those are demons in operation of state vehicles in the specific environment, and they are in relevant position. This is P.O.C. They are currently engaging in criminal surveillance, sitting in their vehicle in relevant position. All they're doing is when they move, that's a demon stalking in the path with light. That's why you maintain the specific environment. None of this is sunlight, and none of this would be covered in any sunlight if that's the actual sun over the Ovid Family Community Library, as I'm capturing on video at 10:19 a.m. through the window above the elevator inside of 215 East C Street. That's the Ovid Family Community Library. That's P.O.C. And this is the ongoing evidence of what is the impermissible threat, and it shall be a matter of federal policy. The community is going to federal prison while they are facilitating criminal conduct that I'm subject to on a 24-hour basis. Those coming onto the grounds, passing around the grounds, flying around the grounds, that's LAPD, sounding sirens around the grounds, that's the same entity, engaging in what is criminal surveillance on a 24-hour basis. You're going to federal prison for that. You're not going to assist the government in this system of terrorism in the U.S. without serving time in federal prison. So I want you to see this because you're also going to review the evidence against the Abundance family. The Abundance family represents the people of the state. Because hours from now, this light source still remains, and they're with their children again, engaging, providing ongoing admission as to why they don't want to keep custody of their kids, the impunity that they act with. 9EMB 626. Well into the afternoon, and this light source is still over the same property, and they are engaging in that ongoing act. That's criminal obstruction of justice, while they're also monitoring with the state in the same video where the entity is stalking by helicopter. And in the specific environment, it's not an ongoing act of innocence. It's not an ongoing coincidence. It is the P.O.C. of psychopaths, delusional ones. All right, again, another basis for why you will lose custody of the children that you're in custody of, because you are literally mentally unstable. And that's also shown through the pattern of conduct. Okay, it is again 10:34 a.m. and this is P.O.C. and this is building 1810, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. 5 hours later, the light source is still here. 6 hours later, you know the light source is still here, as I've been inside of the laundry room at 4:18 p.m. and the light source is still here. And you're looking at 10 o'clock in the morning while the entity is stalking by helicopter and sounding sirens. Those are the hallmarks of the P.O.C. And you're looking at this same third-party group stalker, the Abundance family. This is a family of demons who are terrorizing, group stalking, living in relevant position and being fully exposed in it. And they are demonstrating every single day in that direct evidence, which there is no defense for. It is evidence of their condition, and it is also evidence of the criminal system that they're facilitating and directly engaging in, and doing so with children in hand. All of the grounds of which are establishing what is necessary as a matter of policy: federal prison, loss of custody of children, loss of their Section 8 benefits, and the reasons why you're going to strip the people of the state engaging in this of such benefits and the property itself from being able to even participate in that. This is what you're participating in. No, they're not going to benefit off of the federal government getting any such housing benefits while they're literally engaging in terrorizing and sexually offending another on a systematic basis. This is P.O.C.